Wow.
Bring it back to the day with that one, boy.
Exactly.
God damn. John Cicada.
Everybody jumps on it. I think he's. I thought he was Cuban.
Yeah, he's Cuban.
Yeah.
Yep, from Miami, Florida.
Yep.
Ain't that something else?
Yeah,
I remember in the 90s. I think I was in Puerto Rico. I went to Puerto Rico and this was jumping.
Oh my
jumping
God.
off.
Him and Miami Sound Machine and Gloria Estefan.
Yeah,
and
that's the.
that was that whole exactly. Exactly. Those were the days, my friend.
I'm telling you, they were like good days but bad days, but whatever. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Anyway, welcome to another episode of Making Noise in the Kitchen. It is your boy Carlo Banga, aka Don Perignon,
and Uncle Mario, aka the Senator.
Started off right with some John Cicada, you know what I'm saying?
Gosh,
you don't know who John Cicada is, of course. Yeah, that's it. But man, like who listens to? I wonder who listens to John Cicada.
John Cicada's
nowadays?
doing cruise ships, and he just like
he got a residency in Vegas or something.
Yeah,
that only old niggas go to. And shit. I guess we a couple of them niggas.
Exactly, that's for sure. I'm up
man,
there,
I know people saying who the f is John Cicada?
Exactly, but
I always thought he was black.
If they hear enough of the intro, they'll know who he is. Like, because even if you don't know who he is, as soon as you start hearing the music, you'll be like, "Oh, I know that song." Or that
is that a song that they still play on the radios to this day? I guess
I would
it's
say
one of
so.
those radio stations,
oldies,
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But like the Z100s and all that, they still playing John Cicada. His name is Juan Francisco Cicada Martinez.
Of course it is.
Juan Francisco. He knows what I'm pointing at. And from Miami. He's 59 years old.
Wow. It's a couple of years. So. I'm a couple of years younger.
Look at that.
And I'm still singing. Nobody's listening, but I'm still singing.
Now, he was born in Havana. Whoa, hold on. Oh, okay. So it says he was born in Cuba. His father was incarcerated for 3 years as a political prisoner by Castro. And, the Cicadas received permission to immigrate and move to Miami. His parents opened a coffee shop. And he was raised in Hialeah, ¿qué te pasa?
Está caliente.
¿Tú sabes eso? Hialeah. Man, when's the last? Damn, I ain't been to Hialeah in forever, man.
Man,
Lord have mercy. Food is crazy in Hialeah.
I haven't been to Hialeah in 20 years.
The muchachas allá tantos hay. I am telling you, it is crazy. Yeah, damn, Cuban food and all that out there, the coladas and get all that.
That's the best part.
Yeah, I mean, I like Cuban sandwiches.
Right.
I just take the pickle out.
Yeah,
I just don't like warm pickles. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like warm olives. And I like cold pickles and cold olives, but you can never
mix the two.
Yeah, you never mix the two. Pause. Yeah. You can never.
That's funny.
Yeah, like burger. Like you go to whenever like you're dying and you have to go to like McDonald's or something. I never get the burger and I pull all those goddamn pickles out. I'll never tell them to take it out.
Exactly. Exactly. Never ever.
You know what I'm saying?
Now, do you regularly think now when you stop at Burger King and stuff like that?
I don't.
I try not to. Oh my God.
I don't anymore. I'm done. Like if I go, it's for the chitlins, and like I bring McDonald's, and then maybe like if I'm starving, I like stuff a double cheeseburger down my throat.
Right.
But other than that, like for myself, nah. Like each time I go to Burger King, those patties are burnt, so I can't deal with it no more. I can't do it.
Well, and it's like,
and then they don't remember my order either.
They give you a bag of different stuff
all the time, and then they ask me what I want like 15 times. What was that? Huh?
It's the old ladies.
No, it's the kids that's running this shit.
You're right. That's the problem.
I seen this like little thing on Instagram the other day where this lady had, I guess one of the managers in Burger King put a sign on the loudspeaker thing there and to say, if you're having a bad day, keep it to yourself, but have patience for these children in their first jobs. Let me tell you something about that bullshit right there, right?
Exactly.
Those children in their first jobs, little 15-year-olds, are getting zapped out of their brains before they get there and ask me 15 times what kind of double cheeseburger I want. You only have one kind. All right? Shut that shit up, lady. Maybe you should be there and give better training.
Cheeseburger.
Oh, my God. I know Jim Belushi could have gave a better... You see, look, we showing our age like a motherfucker.
Exactly. Jim who?
Jim who? Jim Carrey.
There's been a Jim throughout the ages, huh? Obviously.
No, my Lord.
That's funny.
Hey,
Well,
go ahead.
Well, you know what? I mean, it doesn't. It's almost like it doesn't matter where you eat. You know, since this whole pandemic took over, it doesn't matter where you eat now. The food is less. It's you could almost taste that it comes from a freezer. You know, I mean, if you get a chicken,
The quality. So you're finding that since the pandemic, the quality of food in restaurants
has dropped
trash?
immensely.
Yeah.
Immensely. I mean, fast food is no longer fast food, first of all. When you're sitting at McDonald's for 20 minutes, it is no longer fast food.
Well, yeah, I mean, and I don't... Yeah, now, so forget fast foods like that. Now, we'll consider, but like regular restaurants as well, do you think?
Yeah, you know, I've come across a few restaurants that the quality dipped as well.
Okay.
You know? I don't know why or why it could be, but it really has, you know.
I'm trying to think of, you know, the quality of the places I've been to. I mean, well, for instance, that sushi spot that we went to in Fort Pierce, that was on point, right? Yeah.
You're smoking, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, the young one wants to go back. Look, he's like,
obviously,
that's what you all do on your birthday, right? And we'll talk about it.
My friend, eat well.
But that was on point. But like, if I think of other places, yeah, it's, and I don't know, we're in a weird, because things are pretty much normal over here when it comes to the virus. They're back to normal, as close as it could get. Right. You see Texas lifted theirs, and now there's like California apparently is lifting their mask mandate next week. Yeah. I don't understand that one. That's a little weird. But anyway, you know, other Midwest states are lifting it. But, you know, I'm seeing the memes. They're saying, oh, you thought we were going to be on lockdown for another year. Now you're hearing things are going to start opening up in April. Time to get that body right or whatever. And yep. I think it's easier said than I don't know. We'll see. And because I doubt that Texas is going to, if there's all of a sudden a mass number of sicknesses going up because of this, the mandate lift, if he's really going to announce that to the America.
You probably won't be hearing that till like late in November.
So
if
we're
anything,
looking at a regular summer this year. And it's going to force everybody to get vaccinated if they want to go out and chill. If you want to go out and chill out, like at least go to a show or go to a concert or something like that.
Exactly.
I'm sure people don't want to be up in there with a fucking mask on.
Well, and if they start snacking at full capacity, because we haven't gotten to full capacity yet.
Not yet, but it's right around the corner.
You know, so I mean, you've seen how busy it is around here,
and that's
on a Friday or Saturday night.
I'm surprised we're not at full capacity yet.
Yeah,
I mean, it's unsaid. That's what it is. We're already there. It's just unsaid.
Probably.
Because our governor is a gangster. He a gangster. He a hood nigga. So like, it's unsaid. But yeah, I mean, yeah, like you saw Friday night, trying to any local restaurant that at least is popping, packed to the T.
Yeah,
packed to the T.
I like that one girl. You said, "Do you have?" And she said, "Oh, honey, we won't have a table for like 2 hours."
I know, like if,
she was like already tired. She was
like,
like, "Oh, honey, please."
I know it was early too.
Yeah, it was early.
I still can't. I'm not gonna walk into a. I mean, we do it anyway.
But
walk into a packed establishment to eat.
Well, you saw it the other night when we went to
that place. Yeah, you don't even need to say that
place
name.
Here in town.
Oof.
And
I love it, but still,
they placed everybody that came in all around us. So, and like butted up against each other.
I was thinking about that today.
That's crazy.
I was thinking about that today, and like with the guy, the host, the tall black guy. Right. That's kind of getting me irritated. I'm like, what possesses you in your mind to stack everybody on top of each other? What are you going to say? Oh, it's because of our zoning of how we seat. So this is the waitress's area. Like, if you only have one waitress because the other one apparently had a mental breakdown,
melted down
with all 10 people there, then why don't you know what I'm saying? That you can you could spread it out, circle us, put us in a big ass circle, in the whole restaurant, but keep us spaced. Like I didn't understand that, and he kept putting everybody on top. Yeah, when we got up and walked out, and so there was people behind us. I didn't even notice that there was people behind us. I was like,
yeah, there was people behind us. There was people on this side. There was people over there.
I was like on the way home, I was like, I got the coronavirus. I just got that shit tonight. I was like all silent in myself.
I had my mask on as soon as we got out the table. I was like,
yeah, for real. Yeah. Them people all looked like aggravated with life there. Did you notice that? Like they were all. It was like
that guy.
You could.
Big ass family of it looked like a big ass one big ass family.
But it was a mixture though, because it wasn't all white people. It was the host, the black guy. You could tell he's the GM.
Right.
All right. So that guy, he was jipper. You know what I'm saying? And then the guy that you saw what came out of the kitchen, nigga had like the long straggly hair and shit. I was like, oh man, it looks depressing in there. It looks depressing in that kitchen. But I mean, come on, that's food. That's they prepping. All up in the bags, put it in, walk in, and hopefully they're, the stickers are on those little bags, and it says, 3 days from now.
Yikes!
But I don't know.
That was the other thing. I think I got some old turkey.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my turkey was old.
Wawa had better
turkey.
But I ate all my shit though.
No, I didn't eat it. He was like, "I'm going to take 20% off." I was like, do whatever you need to do, but.
Oh yeah, he said that to you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. Shoot, I know, cause I ate it. Marijuana helped with that. That's all I'd say. He's like, how was your dinner? I was like, marijuana.
Nice.
That's it. Hey, shoot. How long has that place been there? For a long time.
You see, I've been local 25 years.
Now, all right, but it's always been that name.
I don't.
It had to be like a Ponderosa before.
Yeah, I think it was a Ponderosa before.
And then now.
And now it's another.
Now it's whatever.
It's another one. So.
That's the second time I've been there. Not bad.
I usually go there for breakfast.
Yeah, that's what I had. But then, last time I had breakfast there, I had that sizzle pan or whatever with the potatoes in it, like the kind of hash with the egg on it and everything like that. The egg wasn't cooked properly. And then on top of it, it's just I tasted the cast iron.
Right.
Like when they leave the water, that I tasted that. And but I was so hungry that day that I demolished that shit. I didn't even care.
So what do you gotta do to get that rust stuff out of that pan?
You gotta season.
You gotta keep it seasoned, right?
You gotta put oil all over it and then put it in the oven and let that shit by itself. Let that shit cook off. Yeah, because it's horrible.
You guys saw what Burger King tweeted
about the women, about they should stay home or something like that.
No, how women belong in the kitchen.
Belong in the kitchen, yeah. Yeah, that was pretty stupid.
Burger King got canceled, but then they ended up coming out and saying because there was only 20% women cooking in their kitchen, so they just wanted more women in the kitchen, and that's what they.
Oh.
And then it was Women's Day, whatever.
It was Women's Day, yeah. So.
Good way, or they Donald Trump that statement.
They sure did. Somebody forgot the rest of the sentence or the last of the sentence. So I don't know, one part of that sentence was forgotten.
Burger King was like, where's your sick, demented mind at? We were thinking about something totally different.
Exactly.
Unbelievable. You see what this world is coming to?
Two. Just to make it right.
Oh, man. That's like that when KFC, the time that KFC put the picture of the drumstick, and on the shadow it was a fist, and it was a Black History Month. Did you see that?
That was funny.
shit.
People be crazy.
That would have been funny if they really did that.
It would be hilarious. I mean, that's one of the things that would probably stay in your mind forever.
You know, so I just don't understand why so many people are just they're tight asses. They're all tight asses.
In what sense?
Like,
What sense are you talking about?
they're all tight. Like any little thing gets them.
Oh,
Like,
of course,
oh my
because
God!
you know
Imagine
what?
Andrew Dice Clay in a time. This is who we need to hear from right now. Andrew
Right.
Dice Clay in a
And that's
time
what
like
I was
this.
talking about. That's what I was thinking about all weekend. Is that for some reason I was like, hey, oh,
You know,
Jack
hey,
and Jill went up the hill.
come over
Hey,
here with a
oh.
cigarette in it. Oh man, that dude is hilarious.
So, but you know, like, what are they saying? It's forgotten culture, or
What?
what they're calling this period right now.
Gen Z.
No. They're calling it
Ridiculous.
forgotten culture,
No, yeah.
or things that you're trying to cut out of the culture. You know, like the Dr. Seuss books and all that stuff.
Yeah.
You know, cancel culture. Yeah.
Uh.
So they're trying to, you know, like you were saying about Pepe Le Pew the other night. right?
Yeah.
So it's getting crazy. So now
Yeah, it's
what do
really
you
stupid.
you know? You listen. You don't have to. You don't. History is history.
It's
That's
already
why it's
done
history.
and
Exactly.
gone. Like if you don't.
So why are you cutting out things?
And
Just,
second, who the what parent is buying their kid nowadays a Dr. Seuss book? Nah.
a first grader, sure.
Nah, nigga, that they buying them iPads and they be like, look at all the stories on this shit. Baby Einstein, all that type of shit it's all done.
That's
We
true,
are
that's true.
currently in the future.
Yeah.
There is not one parent that is buying their kid.
Well, you know, I saw a thing today where this lady and her husband opened up a toy store, and what kind of toys? Block toys. So everything goes into its own little slot. It shows you colors. It teaches you this, that. They've made over $1 billion on that company. It's the biggest toy company, a privately owned toy company in the world.
See,
It's
they
called.
found the right product.
And they found. Well, she designs all the products for the store.
Look at that. Then they started advertising. Facebook ads, started funneling
Yep.
clicks to their website. Can be done, sir.
Could be done. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I know.
Are you hearing me?
I'm hearing
I
you.
don't know if you are, sir. I don't know if you are. Generating income while they sleep. Just a couple moves.
Those guys-
Automated. I'm telling you, that's why I'm saying we are in the future now. You know what I'm saying? It's these people who are taking time out of their lives and finding these things to just start going off on just because they feel that, oh, this is wrong, you know, and then everybody jumps on the damn bandwagon and rolls with them. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna cancel Dr. Seuss and all this nonsense.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Nobody. And if you're seriously caring about that type of there's so much other shit going on in this world, and they worried about Pepe Le Pew trying to kiss a skunk.
Yeah, you should be focusing on.
You hear
So
George Floyd's family,
oh,
they settled for a bunch of millions.
Yep,
millions.
something like $78 million.
Yeah, little girl's set for life now.
That's true. That's true.
Now, you see the judge is going hard on the cop.
Got him on also a third-degree charge as well.
He's not letting them skate with any kind of. They didn't.
He's
A
gonna
plea
spend-
deal fell apart.
He's gonna spend the rest of his days in jail. That guy.
Yeah, it's no doubt about it. It shows that they're gonna make the exam. I mean, they have to. If they let this guy go.
They showed him kill a guy on
it's
on
bad.
national TV.
Yeah,
You know, he was on his throat for 8 minutes. Come on, or 12 minutes. You know.
he would be
So,
alright.
and excuse the French, but yeah, no. They've got to make the example, not only for the public, you know, the public being subsided, but for their own personal, you know,
For whose own personal?
for the people's. You
Oh
know?
yeah, for the people. Yeah.
Yeah. 'Cause the
Especially,
people
I
have
mean,
to
what
feel-
all this led to and what happened. I mean,
the people have to feel satisfied that the verdict came out, and the cops have to feel that if this happens again, the same thing's going to happen. You're going to be disgraced. You're going to go to jail. You're going to go to jail for life. You know, You have to have a deterrent. You can't have guys that are shooting people in the streets for no apparent reason, just walking away. Even if you fire them, they can still go to the town over and get a job at doing the same exact thing.
Yeah, because it's technically they're getting fired. It's like resigning or whatnot. So they make it look good on your record.
Yep.
Depending on what side you're on. But
so what do you do?
I don't know. This is a very weird one for me because regardless, no doubt they're in the wrong. There was no reason to kill him.
Right.
Jacks me up is his condition that put him in that position. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
if you watch the video,
right?
It's obvious. It's
It's
obvious he was. It looks like he was on something. Like I said, it's neither here nor
more
there.
so, exactly, more so because he never should have been put in that position. Period. No matter what condition he was in, no matter why didn't they just sit him into the police car?
It did.
I mean, and lock him in.
They had him sitting there.
So what? Who took him out?
He wasn't letting them close the door, I guess, because he was flipping out. And the two cops that were there in the scene first, like you can see it on the body cam. Like the dude is like, "Hey, just relax." You know what I mean? He was having he was cool. He was being chill. You know what I mean? But if the other two cops that came, including this dude, if they would have never came, he would probably still be alive. You know what I'm saying? But then they come and they just kind of see a resisting kind of.
Right away,
you know
they want to
I mean?
be the brutes of the crowd and
But
stuff.
the way he was acting, you can kind of as well see. You can see as well that he was like intoxicated off of something. You know what I'm saying? So no reason to use excessive crazy force and go and kill him. But it's like, God damn, if he wasn't jacked up on he would still be alive. Off of two things. If he wasn't jacked up, he'd still be alive. And if the cop and the Chinese cop never showed up,
but they did, and this is what happened.
And then boom, then they started.
And somebody's got to be held responsible.
And one thing too is
just
what's kind of weird is, I don't mean to cut you off real quick, but what's kind of weird is that these two, the cop and Floyd, worked in the same damn nightclub as security guards and for months didn't know each other.
Yeah, that is a little weird.
My original theory is that I think that Floyd, he was getting the bitches. You know what I'm saying? It was a Spanish club, especially the older Spanish ladies, so tall black man. He was getting them. And I think the cop in some way got frustrated with that. And that's how he had a disdain for Floyd. So as soon as he saw him acting stupid in the cop car, he was like, "This is."
Could be.
That's kind of what I feel.
I think a lot of that happens every day. Where when somebody puts on, and I'm not against all police officers. They have the hardest job in the world. But when it comes to the officers that are using a lot of aggressive, violence against people, there was a scene the other night where the cop let the dog tear this guy up. The guy wasn't resisting; he wasn't doing anything. Tear the guy up on the floor for like 30 seconds. I mean, it doesn't sound like much, 30 seconds, but when you got a wild animal eating you. Yeah, it is a long time.
And then you turn around and kill that dog, then you go into jail for killing a police officer.
Exactly. So it's like, come on. There's no winning at that point.
For real.
So somebody's got to be held responsible. I think the police department has to be revamped from top to bottom, and they need some mental and psychological training. And
definitely weapons training and training within combatives and dealing with people. Because I've always said since day one, I can never. It's not acceptable to me when you have an army and the Marines that you have 18-year-old kids that are going in there and they're learning how to subdue the enemy without lethal force. Because it's imperative. Because if you do not do that, then your ass is in. You're gonna see Leavenworth. Just like there's been plenty of soldiers that I met that have been in Leavenworth because of things of their commander telling them and things like that. But you know what I'm saying? It's like I don't understand how we can do that as soldiers. We can apprehend people and not blow their heads off or suffocate them.
Right. People that are trying to kill you every
day.
The
police can't do it. But the police, yet they have military grade weapons. They have military grade equipment, but yet they don't have military grade training. Doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, I think their training needs to be revamped, and I think their whole way of thinking as this is an army. No, this is not an army. It's a police force. Mm-hmm. It's a presence to have around to make sure things don't get out of control. And it's a way of thinking. Again, you're working for the people, not against them. And a lot of this footage and a lot of the stuff we see every single day is showing it's a battle between us and them. Mm-hmm. It shouldn't be that way.
Well, I mean, a lot of my growing up in areas that I've been in, it's always been since day one a battle of us versus them. You know what I mean? Police. I mean, since I was a child, I remember sticking my head out the window on Caldwell Avenue and seeing the dude run through the park, and there was like 15 dudes after him, and they catch him in the top of our street, and they're beating the shit out of him with baseball bats. He was Dunskies, and then they all run off, and the dude is laying there twitching in the street, and people from the building, everybody come out there and try helping him, and they're yelling, "Call the ambulance." They were yelling, "Call the ambulance" for 3 hours, and an ambulance and a police car showed up 3 hours later. You remember that shit in New York? That was a common thing.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean? And so,
you couldn't get an ambulance to your place. No.
So it was always like it's us versus them kind of thing. So like this kind of stuff, when all this was going down, this is nothing new to me. You know what I mean? I was a part of the illegal searches. Well, they're not illegal in the state of New York, where the stop and frisk, they throw you up against the wall and just search you. Right. It was a gamble walking out the door every day.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So,
absolutely.
I don't know. We'll see what happens.
So, and it's bad enough, that a lot of these, it's a shame that a lot of people don't know their rights because they would see that their rights are getting violated every day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
straight up.
When an officer comes up to you and says, "Hey, I need to see your license or your ID."
There has to be a reason for this.
It's got to be a reason for it.
They detained.
That's right.
Matter of fact, I don't want to see shit until I see my lawyer. Exactly. I don't want to say nothing.
Exactly. There you go.
But
most people don't think that way. They'd be like, "Oh, I'm gonna give in to the officers," and that can get you in a world of trouble.
And then there's some people that get so mad at the fact that they're even asking you for it, then they just start getting blatant and telling the cop that he a cocksucker, pig ass nigga, blah blah blah. You can't do shit to me, cracker, blah blah blah. And then that's when the tides turn, and you got a police officer beating the shit out of a nigga that.
You're right, though. That's exactly what happens.
A slew of charges on you,
exactly,
just because you were so pissed off at the fact that he was doing it. You gotta be smarter than these crackers.
Yeah.
Down in Miami and in Broward County, they call police crackers. And so that's just in case everybody wants to get flustered.
Yikes.
All right, so you Jeep.
Now let's eat.
All right, today's a special one. We talked about it last week, so I figured might as well do it. It's very simple. The cook will be attached with this, so you can see exactly how to do this and what can be done. This is my famous Lamb Meatball sliders. It is a marinara curry coconut.
Oh, man.
Curry coconut marinara. Lamb meatballs, and you see all the seasonings and everything in there, and then you put those on little sliders and top them with mozzarella cheese.
We had done this. We had done this episode back when we were just practicing and stuff like that.
Yeah,
and it came out great back then.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it's going to come out great tonight.
A lot of people actually ask me for this recipe, and now is the time everybody get to see it. I caught little ideas when I made this from different places and different people, but I put, this is a freestyle. This is something that I put together, and I've always just kept it the same since then. So Now I'm gonna
It's
show
a
you
pretty,
some.
it's a pretty banging idea, and it tastes fantastic.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
You know.
Making noise in the kitchen. All right. So we got our buns over here. Those Kaiser rolls that I got from the market.
Very
We're
nice.
gonna. These are basically our little boats right here. They're going. You see how they stand in formation, except this little bastard. But I'll hold them up against something. You know what I mean? And so with these meatballs, they're a good size. You wanna take that little. What's this? The vagina out? We want to take the vagina out of the bread.
Again, all the hate mail goes to. Okay, that's probably a good idea.
You know what I mean? Nice boat. There you go. Nice little canoe.
There you go.
Nice little canoe for you. Just take that little gap out.
This way, nothing falls out.
You know?
Keep it inside the canoe
That's it.
for you. Looks like a good piece of bread.
Yeah, I know. That's the thing. Like I see, like with the banh mi's, they want you to take all this out when you make a banh mi, and we're gonna do an episode on banh mi. But you take all that out, and I was like, I don't want to take all of it out. You know what I'm saying? I still like the fluffiness, paws, and everything. You know.
Right. Beautiful thing. Beautiful thing.
All right, this sauce got nice and thick, just like how I like them.
Look at that.
Look at that beauty right there.
How long was that sauce cooking for? A couple of hours?
Yeah, I mean, this thing was on the stove for, about a good 2 hours.
Wow.
I'll put something over here. Hold it up. I'll just do that. There you go.
Look at that.
Put a little bit of that extra sauce on there.
So you all could understand why I enjoyed it so thoroughly the first time.
Yeah, these things are busting. I've cooked these for a lot of people and gotten rave reviews. A lot of people, it's a surprise with the coconut marinara and then the curry mixing, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Some people get a little weary of it, but then once you taste it, it takes you right to a damn island somewhere, you know what I mean?
And the Caribbean?
But there's a bunch of Indians there.
A bunch of Indians with the... I get it.
You know? Because this is kind of like along that, coconut curry. This is kind of like along the lines of India, kind of, in that spectrum of food. Ain't nothing wrong with it. It's beautiful.
Well, you double balled it. Get your mind out of the gutter, guys. Come on.
I'm really good at double balling it. It's gotten me in a lot of trouble.
Before you were practicing with the one ball, and then.
This
here
is
we
the
go
one I put
again.
3 in, right? I'm gonna put one more in that bitch right there. Look at that. Put a little bit more sauce over here. Almost brings you back to New York, those.
Oh yeah.
Woo.
Pizzeria up the road.
Hey,
what do you want?
Hey, one of those.
I want somebody to be making noise in the kitchen. That's what I want.
Before I slap yous.
Oh my gosh.
Beautiful, right? So whenever you're gonna put cheese on your sub, you know what I mean? Whenever you're gonna put some mozzarella on top of this, you always want to go with shredded low moisture. All right, the low moisture, because if you do with the high moisture, all the fats in there, you're gonna get oil on top of the cheese, and you're not gonna be able to get that perfect browning that you want. You know what I'm saying? And then everything gonna get like soggy and all that malarcanisms. You know what I'm saying? Look at that.
I didn't know that.
Finely shredded. So then you want to get a little bit of this palm cheese, a little bit of this powdered palm. Throw them right up in here.
Is that a Parmigiano or Rigatano?
Reggianos. A little bit of that. And then just a little bit more of that black truffle sea salt. So you can get some truffle flakes on top. There you go. Place this in I got it broiling on high. Keep a close eye on it. Make sure just golden brown. And you'll see.
Just sitting here watching the smoke roll off my sandwich. And it looks delicious, but it looks still too hot to eat.
Let's see. How is it? Is it massively hot? Yeah, it should be. That thing just came out the broiler.
Yeah, that thing is still smoking.
What's up?
Yeah.
Yep. Just like how it's supposed to be.
Oh, wow.
There's not. It's not a crazy gaminess to lamb.
Especially not this.
Yeah, it's like it just gives it a very unique flavor that adds to all the other flavors. That's what I think. Yeah, this is special as saying that just don't go regular meatball. Try it out.
Definitely. You'd love this one.
You got a little bit of sweet, a little salty, tangy, nutty.
Mm-hmm. And then that truffle salt on top. Whoop.
Yeah. The truffle salt, and there's fennel seeds inside of the actual meatballs. So you get a little bite of that. Yeah, I gotta think. When was the first time I made these? Man, it was so long ago. Yeah.
What made you
it had
even
to be
do
like
the whole
3
lamb
years.
ball?
The what?
The lamb ball. Or did you just make it like meatballs and then let me try something new, lamb balls and spaghetti?
So real shit. I was watching an episode of. It wasn't an episode. It was just like a random video that Action Bronson had put online, and he was making these lamb burgers. They were lamb burgers with like this yogurt, this Greek yogurt on it and everything. And he was toasting the fennel and everything. It was real interesting. Usually I toast the fennel on this. I didn't toast it today because it's fine. Everything the way the meatball formed, it was like it didn't need it. But yeah, I saw him doing that, and I was like, damn, I wonder how lamb tastes. But I was like, I gotta just do it my way. You know what I'm saying? And so I went to Wegmans once, one of the best supermarkets out there. And I got there and I saw the ground lamb. And whenever I think of lamb, I associate like Indian food, you know, in that type of territory, you know what I mean?
Huh.
So I was like, They always do coconut curry. I know that. Let's do coconut curry marinara. Let's put it in tomato sauce and work it out and see how that comes. And I've only made it this way. I've never used the ground lamb meat in any other way like I want to.
That's what I was thinking, because I was thinking first it starts in spaghetti and then you start making other stuff with it.
Yeah, you could do so much with this. It's unbelievable. You could probably do some crazy things with this. And I mean, shoot, I got another pound in my freezer, so it's gonna be popping here shortly. Get ready. But I remember I was staying at a friend's house and I made them this, and they went crazy too. So it's like this is something you gotta try. Don't knock it till you try it. You know what I mean? It's definitely busting.
Oh no, it's amazing.
If your palate is eclectic, you will enjoy this damn thing.
Oh my god.
Oh, man. If that's a word, eclectic. I think I used it right. Anyway, we're gonna finish these things.
It's a good weekend sandwich.
What do you mean?
Like for the weekend, you know?
Something light, you know what I'm saying? Right off, yeah. You know what I mean? Watch a movie, eat this damn thing.
Yeah. Excellent.
Feel like I'm in New York.
Absolutely. We'll catch you on the backside.
We'll be back. All right.
Looks good.
Coconut curry lamb meatball sliders, ladies and gentlemen.
Woo! I concur.
Tan mucho muchacho mojado. No.
Yikes.
Snap. Yeah, man. These are special meatball sliders right here. It brings me back to New York. Like, these should be something that, like, you go to a halal truck or something like that.
Right.
And they just hire me for that. They be like, Banga, come over here and bless us with some of these meatball sliders. Yes, what you think?
I think if I had to pay for it, I would enjoy paying for it. That's how good.
Yeah.
Because, man, oh man, it was killer.
Yeah.
You know, I said earlier in the show that we had made them before in a previous episode, but we didn't air that episode. It was twice as good this time around. So you can imagine how good that was.
Yeah, so that was almost close to about a year ago. It was
Right?
7-8 months ago when I made that. So that's how long it's been since I made these meatball sliders.
Right.
Those are perfect to like roll up in some wax paper, and I imagine like the ones in Philly or the regular subs in New York, they be like that long, you know what I'm saying?
Foot long.
Yeah, so yeah, imagine a foot long of those meatballs
Oh
right
my
there.
gosh.
That's breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Exactly, and they're like it's a perfect little meal. It's all contained in a little package, and it's crispy and it's crunchy and it's
Not
delicious.
going nowhere. I didn't mess up a lot of dishes. No,
Not
nothing.
only that, but that's going to keep you full. That's going to put some meat on your bones for the day.
Straight
you
up,
know?
straight up. It's real easy to do too. I made sure I didn't incorporate too much dicing of things and technicalities. It was pretty easy to do. You just pour and go and handle your business. It's real dope. Try it out. I suggest anybody try it out. If not, you can holla at me and I'll do it for you. You know what I'm saying? And make a noise in the kitchen at gmail.com. You know what I mean? You got anything?
No, I'm good.
You want to talk about Cuomo?
I was going to talk about Como and all his abusiveness, but
You think he's gonna get fired?
he won't get fired because he's got to resign. But I think it's going to get hot enough for him to resign if it continues like this. Now we're up to six or seven.
Women?
Yeah, one came in this morning.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah,
It's so weird how it follows the trend,
and it's all petty little stuff, but it
and
just
they all
shows
come
you
in one after the
Right.
other right at the same time. It's like, oh, got another one, got it.
It's
And
not like he
50s.
forced somebody to kiss him or grab
It's
somebody.
just all him talking
all
shit.
little stupid little things, like holding somebody's hand and saying something stupid about her husband or something like that, or I thought you were my girlfriend. I thought you were my
My work girlfriend
childish
or
stuff.
something.
Yeah, absolutely.
My work girlthand or something.
He was like, I thought
we
we were.
wives.
Yeah, I thought we were going steady. It just goes to show you how far back. He's right up there with me, so you can imagine.
Oh my God, this nigga's in 60s and shit. He's like, maybe we can go out to the diner after Martin Luther King's speech tonight, live on air on NBC.
No, but it's so ridiculous to lose your career over that. I mean, it's like, come on, keep it in your pants.
See, this is why, and people say I was
True, I
paranoid.
mean, keep it in your pants.
Well, I mean, you can still pull your dick out sometimes, but I mean, it's just this is the reason why I was
Nice.
always people. You say I was like, oh, you thinking too much or whatever. But at work, like a little shorty come up or something, and they want, no, we're at work. We're at work. Nope, can't do that. Especially with HR and how quick it will come after you. And it's like, if I'm going to get fired from someplace, it's going to be a good reason. It ain't going to be
Exactly.
me hitting on a bitch that I'm never even going to get.
Or I'm going to touch her hand and say something stupid. That's going to get me fired as it is. So
It's like, if you give me the leeway, you really showing me, hey, we could take this as far, you could say whatever. We flirting with each other. But if you giving halfway hints and you at work or nothing, that shit ain't flying. It ain't flying. And I was never like that. And then I was always raised where they say don't shit where you eat.
Exactly.
Yeah. It just in the long run it just doesn't work out.
Yeah.
It doesn't. It just not. You always see it. You always see it. It'd be crazy, but I didn't. This Cuomo shit is it's so weird how it's happening right now.
Well, it is. I mean, there's a lot of I also believe there's a lot of parties at play here.
A lot of people are finding out the shit and letting it out.
Yeah, and I think, but I think at the end of the day, who do you blame for your own stupidity? You only blame yourself.
Mm.
You know.
Yeah.
So
Well, at least he wasn't grabbing none of them things. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
He was just talking about it.
Right.
And it was on some grandfather shit too. It wasn't even like on some let me smell that thing and nothing crazy, right? It was just like, oh, you know.
Yeah, it was just some like stupid remark, like I thought you were my girlfriend and you were rubbing her hand or something like that. So yeah, it's
just weird. It's
a
just
little
old weird shit.
yeah, you know.
Bitches need to get them
Well,
panties out their
he
asses.
shouldn't be doing stuff
You
like
need to
that.
get them
to
panties
begin
out.
with.
There's so many tight asses out here.
He shouldn't be doing stuff like that.
Leave Grandpa
If you-
Gary alone over there. What's his name? What's his Andrew? Leave Andrew alone.
So,
Anybody that I met whose name is Andrew, first off, isn't all the way there.
that's true.
Have you ever met a Saint Andrew? Exactly. The kid, yeah, the neighbor kid, right? Wasn't he a little bit crazy?
Yeah, and the dad.
Yeah.
Well, obviously, he got
Yeah.
it from the dad.
Andrew Cunanan.
Boom, boom. Yeah, he was crazy as hell.
Andrew Dice Clay.
Oh, I knew that was coming. Exactly.
Come on. Yeah, Cuomo's.
Yeah.
Well. So has his brother said anything? Has said any quick-witted things on CNN lately about it?
You know what? I haven't heard his show. I haven't heard his show in a while.
Of course not. You're
but-
not gonna talk shit about Big Brother.
Yeah. So I'm thinking he's
He was probably banging the scraps.
Yikes. Well, I'm hoping he's not like Big Brother because especially, you know, he's a good-looking guy, so it could open the floodgates if he was like the guy
all
on
the supermodels coming out now.
Remember Good Morning America? Not Good Morning America.
Tom Brokaw?
The Today Show.
No, Tom Brokaw, right?
No, with the guy that started going bald. He was real famous.
Forgot his name, but I think NBC anchor that
Yep.
he got all jacked up. And,
Yep.
Yeah.
Because he was doing stupid shit again.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, like dropping his pants when some chick walks in or something. Come on.
I don't understand what possesses dudes to get to that point to do some wild shit like that. Like,
David Letterman
to
walking
even
around.
say
and,
crazy shit to a woman, like you walking on shit. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's weird.
You know.
It's funny.
Like some of the characters you hear about, like walking around in their underwear when there's a chicken, when they have an assistant that's a chick. I guess that's a little inappropriate, you know. I mean, she's your assistant, but how far does the assistant role go, you know?
Hey, call Amy. I need that 3:00 blowjob. Yeah. I mean, but that's kind of it's gonna be a little weird. That's why your assistant has to be like close family member or something that you ride with all the time or something like that,
Well,
just to be on the safe side.
Well, you would think a male. I mean, you know.
Ain't nobody want a nigga all up in their shit. I don't need a dude that I don't know that I'm just hiring off the street to be knocking at my door, bedroom door
with your coffee in the morning.
Yeah,
and the newspaper.
I'd be like, no, hold on, nigga. I made sure that the kids were tucked in. Excuse me.
No.
Bro, I was here all night.
Exactly. I still tucked them in.
No, I'm straight. I'll take Amy or whatever the hell her name is. You just gotta have willpower.
Amy.
You gotta have willpower and don't pull out your Johnson when Amy is over there and doing your paperwork.
Pull out your Johnson.
You know what I mean?
Listen, you shouldn't be pulling out your Johnson no matter what, even if Amy's over there doing her work or not. Listen.
But if she walks in the bathroom like, oops, it's not your fault.
Yikes.
Anyway, you got anything?
No, but that's it. You got my whole Como story on. Now it's California and New York. The governor of California is also being drummed out of their state for something. I don't even know what it is. But
it's gonna be a little bit of everything. So everybody's gonna be canceled. You're gonna be canceled. I'm gonna be canceled. He's gonna be canceled. We're gonna be canceled. We all gonna be canceled.
Exactly.
It'll be all right though. But anyway,
Peace.
Listen,
Have a good
hey,
night.
holla at us. Press the notification button, the bell down there, so you know when we doing some ill things. Follow us on all social platforms. You know what I mean? Please like, follow, and subscribe this show over here. And another recipe down by Banger. You know what I mean? And
And it was banging it. Exactly.
making noise in the kitchen, y'all.
Peace.